Ferrari is bringing a new engine to Austria this weekend, and according to Racing News 365, it could add up to 30 horsepower to a car that just won in Barcelona. That is not a rumour. That is a confirmed FIA-approved upgrade, the first of two Ferrari has been granted under the ADUO system, the Additional Development and Upgrade Opportunities Programme, which allows underperforming power units to be upgraded mid-season while faster engines are frozen. Ferrari qualified for it because their engine is currently more than 4% behind the benchmark unit on the grid. But here is where this gets really interesting. They just won a Grand Prix with the old engine. So the question every Ferrari fan needs answered right now is this: if the SF26, Ferrari's 2026 challenger, was already fast enough to beat Mercedes in Barcelona, what exactly happens when the new engine arrives in Austria? This is the breakdown other channels are skipping right now. If you want this level of detail on Ferrari every day, subscribe to F1 Today. What the ADUO upgrade actually means, and why Austria is a different test. Let's get specific on what Ferrari is actually bringing to the Red Bull Ring this weekend. According to Racing News 365, and corroborated by Italian outlet Auto Racer, Ferrari's third power unit of the season debuts in Austria. This is the ADUO 1 spec, the first of two permitted upgrades under the FIA programme. The modifications target the internal combustion engine, the traditional petrol-burning part of the hybrid power unit, and Ferrari has also revised its Shell fuel formulation to complement the new spec. The headline number from Racing News 365, around 30 horsepower of gain expected from the full 2 upgrade programme. F1 in general is slightly more conservative, putting the Austria gain specifically at around 5 horsepower for this first phase, with the bigger step coming in September at Monza. Either way, this matters, because Ferrari's straight-line weakness has been the one area where their package could not compete with Mercedes. Lando Norris, McLaren driver, currently 5th in the championship, said it out loud last week: "We're lucky Ferrari don't have a better engine. If they improved the engine, they would be embarrassing everyone." He said that before the Austria upgrade arrived. But here is what nobody is saying yet. This upgrade arriving in Austria is a direct test of Fred Vasseur's warning after Barcelona, because Vasseur said, very deliberately, that Barcelona conditions were extreme, that high heat and severe tyre degradation specifically suited Ferrari's package, and that the same pace would not automatically transfer to every circuit. Austria is that test, right now.
It's not a drama when you crash in this situation.
He just put a little bit too much throttle, yeah, on the exit?
Because he was very quick on the apex and also very early on throttle.
Subscribe now, that's where the proof will be. Why Vasseur refused to celebrate even after his driver won. This is where the story turns completely. When Fred Vasseur spoke after Barcelona, he said something that every Ferrari fan needs to hear, not because it was pessimistic, but because it was surgical. His exact words to F1 TV: "We also have to stay calm. It's not like last week we were nowhere, and today we are world champions. That would be a huge mistake." And then, when pressed on Hamilton's title chances in the press conference, "I'm not sure that I want to reply to this kind of question. I had probably some comments 2 weeks ago that everything was a disaster, and now we are speaking about the World Championship. This is the worst approach that I could have." That sentence is the key to understanding why Vasseur is the right person to run Ferrari right now. He is not downplaying the win. He is managing a team that has historically imploded under expectation. He is also, and this is the tactical layer, refusing to give Mercedes any information about how seriously Ferrari rate their own chances. But there is a second layer to his caution that was specifically about Austria. Vasseur said this via Formula1.com. "I think we brought something this weekend. The others didn't. We will probably bring something soon." That something soon is the ADUO engine. He knew it was coming, and he was already framing Austria as the real test before a single reporter had asked about it. His message? Barcelona was a perfect set of conditions. Austria will tell us whether Barcelona was a preview or a one-off. But that was just the start. Rosberg's title verdict and the warning he buried inside it. While Vasseur was pumping the brakes, Nico Rosberg was doing the opposite. Speaking to Formula1.com from the Barcelona paddock, and remember, this is the man who beat Hamilton in a championship, who shared a garage with him for 4 years, who understands his psychology at a level no pundit can match, Rosberg called this a legendary moment of F1. Then he went further on Sky Sports F1. His exact words, "You get positive results, you get more motivated, you get happier, you work harder. This is going to propel him even higher, together with his team. It's an incredible momentum over there. All these ducks are falling into place. They improved the car. 8 different parts of the car are new, and he is mentally in an awesome place. He's beating his teammate." Rosberg also confirmed, directly, that Ferrari can fight for the championship. They can, yeah, they should, and they can. Now, there is something important buried in Rosberg's praise that most people missed. Before Barcelona, Rosberg had said on the High Performance podcast that Hamilton's level was not quite there yet for a title fight, and that the car is not good enough. He walked that back after Sunday. But the gap he was pointing at, the straight line weakness, the engine deficit, that is exactly what the Austria ADUO upgrade is designed to fix. Rosberg was describing the problem. Ferrari is about to deliver the solution. And if Rosberg's read is right, that Hamilton is now in a positive mental flywheel, getting faster as the results come, then adding 30 horsepower to that car over the next 2 upgrades is a serious problem for Kimi Antonelli, the Mercedes driver and current championship leader, 41 points ahead of Hamilton. 3 scenarios from here. Scenario 1, the ADUO engine arrives in Austria, Ferrari close the straight line gap, and this becomes a genuine 2-team championship fight for the rest of the year. Scenario 2, the Austria conditions, shorter lap, different tyre demands, cooler temperatures, do not suit Ferrari's chassis. The engine gain is marginal, and Vasseur's caution looks prescient. Scenario 3, the one nobody wants to discuss. Mercedes respond with their own upgrade, the gap resets, and Barcelona stays as a beautiful one-off moment rather than the turning point. Vasseur is preparing for all 3. Rosberg is already living in scenario 1, the one number that makes Austria a must-watch race. Here is the bottom line. Ferrari arrive at the Red Bull Ring this weekend with a new engine, a driver on a momentum wave, and 41 points to claw back in the championship. The Austrian GP is not just a race, it is the first real test of whether Barcelona was the beginning of something or the peak of it. Vasseur said it himself, same approach, same discipline, small steps. Rosberg said the ducks are falling into place. Both of those things can be true. Vasseur's caution and Rosberg's belief are not contradictions. They are describing the same team from the front office and the commentary booth. The engine test on Sunday will tell us which one was right. So, do you think the Austria ADUO upgrade is enough to make Hamilton a genuine title threat? Or is the 41-point gap still too big? Drop your verdict in the comments. Tomorrow, I am breaking down everything from Austria, qualifying sector times, speed trap data, and whether Ferrari's new engine shows up where it needs to. If this gave you a new angle on what Ferrari are actually building toward, you need to be here for that one.